Welcome to the most forward-thinking, inspirational podcast in this reality. The show designed to challenge everything we've been taught. If you've ever felt there had to be more to life, more to existence, then you're listening to the right podcast. Time to open your mind and dive in. This is the Mental Mastery Alliance podcast.
And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mental Mastery Alliance podcast. Today, much like any other day. Yesterday I put a post up talking about tagging a boot, the Mandela effect. Is this yesterday? When's this one going live? I don't know. If I put this one up on Monday, today's Sunday. So let's just say Friday, I made a post. And the funny thing about a boot posting, I think, is for years I was shadow banned. So there was an algorithm when things were harum-carum that had my content being throttled back and removed. I mean, back in the beginning of Facebook, we used to get all kinds of interactions and engagements, and you used to meet new people, and there was games. I remember playing like street racing games or what. It's just dumb shit that you could play with your friends. And it was fun and it was engaging. And then it became so over the top political. It was just agenda after agenda being forced through social media. Wait. We all remember fact checkers. Jeez, I sounded like Bane for a second there. I was born in the darkness. You merely adopted it. I'm having a good time. Anywho, the internet is changing, as you can see. I was recently invited to become a creator. I don't know what that meant at the time, but I'm like, whatever, I'll punch in a few things here. Hither and yon. And next thing you know, I'm making money on Facebook, which was implausible 5 years ago. And not even a thing 10 years ago. And so I'm like, this is kind of cool. And so I put up a thing on the Mandela effect, which to me is something that I absolutely love. I'm fascinated by it. I think it's one of those mysteries in life that when you start allowing yourself to really truly understand who, what, and where you are, that life is a mystery. And it is, man. When you stop needing to know the answer, when you stop needing to be perfectly correct at all times, the amount of people chirping me about this Mandela post, like, it's gone certainly viral for me, close to 1,000 comments at the time of recording. It makes me laugh because people are also calling me a bot on there. And that's my move, man. I know that when you call out a bot, and you can spot bots, they're just assholes online. They just show up and they chirp you, and they've got 13 friends on Facebook, and some doofus has their profile picture. And so people are like, well, that's not a bot, or it could be a bot, or it's still a real person. I know the guy, right? I don't know how to explain this to most people, but to you, my ever-loving and beautiful audience, I can easily explain it. A bot is somebody who doesn't have the ability to break free from their programming. Therefore, they are simply spewing out their preconceived, programmed rhetoric. And if that's a human that has a Facebook account, then that Facebook account is also a bot account because it is putting into the ethos that which it was programmed to do. the convoluted piece, or the piece that may make me seem insane to any person who doesn't have the ability to extrapolate or look beyond anything other than their own face, would say that I'm insane. But to me, I tie in infinite greatness and infinite smallness. Theoretically, there's no end to how big things can get in reality. And there's no end to how small things can get. And so if you want to look at this physically, you can. If you want to look at this vibrationally, you can. If you want to look at this esoterically, you can. They all apply. And so the minute you decide, I no longer have to be right, you then decide that I no longer have to demonstrate anything to anyone. And that's really cool. So now you're looking at social media, you're looking at this, and you're looking at infinite greatness, infinite smallness. I'm observing, you're observing, he's observing, she's observing. And I say easily that a bot account online, if you go one step further, if you zoom out one layer, you have a bot human running that account. And since we don't have perspective to go infinite greatness much more beyond where you and I can observe, we can go infinite smallness. So I'm observing you as a bot creating an account, making a digital online version of you. And now we're going down a level. And if you could program your own self online so that you didn't have to do anything online and it just spoke for you, well, now you've programmed your online bot. So now your bot is programmed to do and say and be exactly as you are, which is another layer down. And now you're going to have bots interacting with bots. And one thing I have noticed on this thread is the bots are shitting on each other. And it's not even about the Mandela. Once you sort of remove the first chirp or the first trigger or whatever it is that signifies a bot to attack, you have a devolving thing. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen the videos where people put an Alexa in front of an Alexa and they get it to talk to itself, and it's hilarious. That's what's happening. This thread is exploding exponentially on itself. And we've already made $14. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you throw one or two of those up, a week to the tune of 10 to 15 a month. And, even if it's only $15 at 10 a month, that's an additional $150. That's not something to poke a stick at, but Facebook knows that. So I'm having a laugh at this because A, I think the bots are giving it credence, and the people are the bots. I know this may be a circle turk. That's like circle talk and circle jerk all at once. Unless you're in Turkey, then, and you're round. Like if you've got a belly in Turkey, maybe you're a circle turk. I don't know. I'm going to Turkey to find out. And because it sounds delicious. I'm coming from Hungary and going to Turkey. I'm all over the place today. I hope I'm okay with that. So yeah, as I sit here, I'm watching this thing bling, bling, bling. It's just constant. It's constant. People are chirping me and not chirping me. And here's another funny thing. There's a ton of people that are chirping me. And so the notifications will come to my phone. So-and-so said this to you. Actually, I've got push notifications turned off. But when I log in and take a look at my phone, all I'm seeing is the negative. All I'm seeing is the people yelling at me. 800 plus comments, 900 plus comments. And all I'm seeing is the people yelling at me, calling me an asshole. And there's two things that I'm going to say about this. If you're ever going to do something online, you have to worry about what the people are going to, you don't have to worry about, but you're going to worry about what the people say, think, and do about you. This little social experiment has hammered down the fact that, I already knew this, but it's hammered it down completely. There isn't a single person here talking about you. Your content that you put out there that may be vulnerable is simply you expressing something or having an idea or sharing a thought or doing something. And if you think about it, it's not like you, a real human, to want to go anywhere and shit on anyone. If somebody's out there doing something that's absolutely asinine to the point where you feel like you need to make a comment, I can only assume that the comment that you're going to make could be one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm going to DM this person and say, hey, look, this is what I've seen. and it's just an observation. I mean nothing by it, but maybe take a look at this, this, and this instead of what you were saying, because this may either help you, assist you, or prevent somebody else from shitting on you. No, this world is like, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You're an inbred asshole. You're a fucking retard. All of this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, well, two things. It's funny that retard's back in the lexicon, because for years the liberals wouldn't let us say it. It reminds me of the Jim Jeffries joke. The handy capable individual says, so I'm not retarded anymore? And he says, oh no, you are. We just can't call you that. I digress. So having fun and worrying about what people are going to say, think, or do. The coolest thing in the world is when you understand and when you grasp the fact that the algorithm is all encompassing. Therefore, the algorithm is literally the air that you're breathing right now. And if you're aware that people are going to shit on you, whether they're real people or bots or bot accounts, or real bots or bot people that have bot accounts, or bot purpose, real people, bot. Regardless of anything, a true to life, real human being, the people that you're trying to reach with your message are never going to shit on you. They're going to either read it, do nothing, read it, be grateful, read it, be so grateful that they comment positivity, read it, find humor in it, and engage you in a humorous tone. This is what real people do. And when you find them, cherish them. The assholes online, don't get me wrong, I spent the majority of my life being an asshole, and I firmly admit it. You know, I was riddled with such self-hate because I was programmed to be. Breaking free from your programming isn't something that comes easy. It's usually thrust into it through a dark night of the soul, through chaos, through pain, through suffering. And then if I say that, people will say, no, that's not the way it is. And also for me to say this, people are going to say, that's not how everybody works. The way you're saying it and doing it is absolutely wrong, incorrect, and you're an inbred fucking retard hick. I'm not even joking. I'm pulling direct quotes from my Mandela effect. And the Mandela effect was simple. It was an American thing. Everyone's saying, hey, Canada's going to be the 51st state. I grew up firmly believing there were 52 states and that we would have been the 53rd state. But I'm a huge piece of shit retard. Actually, with that last R word, I think that's the most I've ever said it on the show. And I'm not one for it. I have friends that are retarded. And I have friends that are retarded. And so it's like, it doesn't need to be said in a derogatory term, but it's funny when someone uses it against you. It's like being called honky. You ever experienced that? Like, what the fuck? Words only have power when you give them power, right? And so I say that because when you're creating and when you're doing something of meaning, the system is designed to make you feel like shit. So the way I look at it, and this goes to every single person who's decided that they want to start creating or that they're afraid of what people will say, just know that when you operate with the utmost integrity and when you put yourself out there and on the line, you're giving yourself an opportunity to align with those who need to hear what you have to say, who need to feel the energy that you're currently omitting. These are the powerful moments. And when you get a chirp or a negative comment or some asshole doing his asshole things, just know that you're winning. If the ethos has caught on to your message and is deciding that you're going to get shit on, then you're winning. So instead of being afraid of all the horrible things people may or may not say, know that if you're operating with integrity, any negative comment that comes your way, any true perceived negative comment, in other words, if something you don't want to hear is said to you, but it's said to you in such a way that's going to benefit you, and probably in your DMs, there's another win. There's another massive benefit. Maybe you're going to see an angle or something that you didn't understand or see before. But if anyone wants to publicly blast you, just know that you're dealing with a bot. You're dealing with the algorithm doing its job, right? Challenging you. Multiple reasons it challenges you. Like the weights at the gym are not your enemy. They're there to create resistance to make you a stronger version of you. It's the same thing with the social media. It's the same thing with this. Anything that you're facing, you overcome and you grow stronger through the adversity. So the bots are out there to stop you from wanting to grow and to make you look foolish for having a thought outside of what we've all been programmed to think. And if you've triggered the bots, you're on the right path. And if you're operating from pure integrity, you're on the right path. So the chirps and the negative comments and the bullshit that comes your way is a marker of success. Again, only if you're operating with integrity. If you're out there just willy-nilly saying dumb shit for a reaction, that's not what I'm talking about, but I think you understand that. I think you know what I'm talking about. ASMR. What? What the hell's happening here? Get away from my microphone. Sorry, that was me talking to me. This world is going to kick you in the dick or lady dick if you step up. I'm here to tell you to step up. The internet didn't want me to say what I had to say, and it throttled me back, and it kept me. I'm at 40,000 engagements on the Facebook, on the Instagram. The people that I came up with, some of them actually got completely wiped out. In other words, they don't exist anymore. Their accounts got blown up. Others are over 1 million. Because yes, we can do the controversy. Yes, we can do the this, the that, the other thing. I believed at a very young age that let's make everybody feel like $1 million. That doesn't get you very far. I also, and this is the beginning of my marketing, personal marketing brand. I wanted to give the world the feeling I never had, which was kindness, comfortable, acceptance. I've never experienced that. And that is literally my MO, to make people feel that way and to make people feel great, because people do not remember who you are, what you said, what you look like for the most part. As much as you think that they do not remember what you look like. And the version of you that you may think that they remember of you for what you look like isn't that version. People only remember how you made them feel. And if you are I don't even know what, a physical 5, but you come at me with kindness, grace, and a big ass heart, you're a 10. The memory that I will carry through with me about you is that of a beautiful person who does beautiful things. But you're not allowed to know that. You're not allowed to think that about yourself. You're only allowed to look at yourself and go, I'm comparing myself to every single airbrushed magazine I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't stack up the way I want to stack up. Yet another trick and trap of the system. So I say to you all once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, for the love of everything holy, if you have some ounce of creativity in you, Kyla, talking to you directly at this moment in time, start your art, start your slam poetry, start your tattooing, start your business, start helping people, and start using that heart that you have been keeping to yourself. Share it with the world. That's not just for Kyla, that's for everybody, but I called her out specifically because I'm not even sure if she's still listening to the show, but I bet you she is. She's a good person. You'd all like her if you met her. This world is here for you. Your perception of the world, your perception of your ideas, your perception of what you're doing is preeminently riddled with negativity, because that's what we've been trained to do, because it's through the negative on through the never we must go. It's through it that we become it. Alan Watts, you are not born into this world, you are born out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want any help with this, please send us an email. Send me directly an email, Adam at the Mental Mastery Alliance. I am here to help you. If you're listening to this show and you're hearing this podcast and you've heard me say Adam at the Mental Mastery Alliance, that is my direct email. Send me an email. If you have any questions, send us a text message, 647-338-1265. Hit us up on Facebook. I think we're going to start doing some fun things on Facebook. I'd like to be making $300-400 a month off of Facebook. And I can put out creative content that's funny as foosballs. Because that's the way the cookie is a crumble. I'm going to tell you this again, ladies and gentlemen, one last time. For you to change the world, whether it's the entire world or your world, you're going to face resistance. Embrace the resistance. Embrace that which you think is something to be afraid of. And the entirety of everything you're doing changes. You're no longer afraid of the heckle. You work your ass off to get the heckle. In sales, they say, get through the first 3 no's and then work on the close. If your goal is to get heckled and you do it with integrity, you're going to win and you're going to have fun doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous words of Red Green. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of the Mental Mastery Alliance podcast. Stay connected with us directly through the mentalmasteryalliance.com. You can also join the discussion on Instagram at instagram.com/the Mental Mastery Alliance. Let the team know you're listening by using the hashtag TMMA or tagging us at the Mental Mastery Alliance. To have your voice heard on the show, leave a voicemail or send a text to 647-338-1265. Long distance charges may apply. If you love us, leave us a review. If you hate us, you spend your time in weird ways, but also leave a review. Every review on iTunes tickles the algorithm, helping us grow. Until next time, unity over division. This concludes the most surreal portion of your day.
You got it, Pontiac.